I only did 6 ArtFight attacks this year, but each one helped me grow as an artist. From character design challenges to pushing past my comfort zone, this chaotic art event actually helped me prep for commissions. Here's how. Why I joined ArtFight. I didn't join ArtFight to win or spam attacks. Actually, it was my first year and I didn't even know that spamming attacks was even a thing. What I really wanted was to fill the gaps in my portfolio before opening commissions. So I figured drawing other people's characters would be great practice, and I quickly realized it wasn't just helpful, it was genuinely fun. It helped me learn how vast a person's imagination can be. It taught me how diverse people's imaginations are. My own characters are pretty grounded, no magic, few accessories, but ArtFight forced me to think beyond that. Let's go through each piece and what I learned from them. Of course, I started with a mermaid. I needed a win after 2 months of non-stop work on a comic. She had a curvier body type than I'm used to, which pushed me out of my comfort zone. I also paid close attention to her nose and hair. I'd always wanted to draw locks but never actually tried it. I wanted to study different features and how other artists draw them to be able to create somewhat different and recognizable characters, because when I decided I want to draw comics, I didn't want to struggle with the same face syndrome. Here's a lovely revenge for this picture. The second character I picked was a gorgeous angel with 6 wings. That's how I saw her. However, she already had a little more details to her than I was used to. And considering I focused mainly on the characters I liked and not the ones I knew would be easy to draw this year, she became my first challenge because I cannot draw wings. I struggle with them immensely every time I want to or have to draw them. Also, she has an interesting color palette, and I kept fighting with myself regarding the stage of the completion for every piece. When I only started drawing the attacks, I couldn't stop striving for perfection and finished product look, even though I didn't have enough energy for that. This time, I didn't stop myself from continuing further and submitted a clear colored sketch as I would with all the other attacks. Here's the revenge attack I got for it. Next, the Halcyon model android, Hal. I hope I pronounced that right. I like golden retriever characters and have never drawn an android. It was an interesting experience and the one that somewhat helped me establish some particular style going further. Clean sketch, minimal shading, and a line art with a color burn layer. I liked drawing his hair and metallic parts. For some reason though, I had problems drawing clothes that day, which is why I only liked the way I drew his sleeve. Overall, it was a very cute and bubbly character I enjoyed drawing. Next I drew a snake. The snake, Sia. I love snake women, but I find it very difficult to draw interesting dynamic poses for them. This time, I think it was the first time that I saw a snake character that still had legs. I wanted to come up with some interesting pose, but ended up experimenting with the one she was in her reference. Also, the author's art style looked very cartoonish, and I did struggle with interpreting her features in my style. Maybe that's the reason why she looks less sassy than planned. My fifth attack, the dryad. She looked magnificent and I wanted to draw her, but she also had a lot of details. It was an interesting challenge because many details require many contrasting colors, so that details actually are visible and identifiable as separate from each other. For almost all of my attacks, I used the colors the original artists provided in their references, so with this one I had an example of how to manage the visibility. Last, the character whose color palette and design I fell in love with, Leviathan. Unfortunately, I was already tired at that point and could only draw her without any shading, but she still looked cute. She has a lot of details as well, so I had to compromise with myself and either stop drawing her or lessen the amount of elements of her original design in the drawing to finish, and I chose the former. I am now much more confident about opening commissions. I still have so much to learn from other artists, but this was the push I needed to get started. I'm gonna keep drawing, keep building my portfolio, and keep experimenting. And hey, I've got a few personal projects in the works that I'm excited to share soon, so stick around.